One of the largest projects ever taken on by Student Council was started just 5 years ago. This project was Gahannathon. It has grown even larger and has set very high goals for this year. Hi, I'm Mitchell Webb.
I'm Stephanie Sloan.
I'm Ben Steeman with Sports, and we'd like to welcome you to this week's edition of WGLH TV.
Gahannathon was started because the winter formal dance was so poorly attended by the student body. Student Council wanted to try something different that the students could get involved with and that would have an impact on the community.
With cancer growing at such a rapid rate, the students thought that this would be a noble cause.
Gahannathon starts in the late fall with various fundraisers around the community. Many local businesses donate a percentage of their sales for a few nights to helping this cause.
Every year, the students seem to raise more money. Last year, the students raised just over $30,000.
And not only are they raising money, but they are raising awareness for cancer.
Jared White takes an in-depth look at all the hard work Student Council has been putting in to make Gahannathon as successful as it is.
It's about over, so you might need to back this one in. We're going to go meet the teachers now.
This year's Gahannathon was a bit different than years past because they held a teacher versus students basketball game instead of a dance party. Two of the student teams battled in a game to earn the right to face a team compiled of teachers who teach here at GLHS. Student Council organized and planned the event, sending out applications for students who wanted to play in the game and then drawing out two teams to compete. It cost $10 to get in, but all the profit and raffle tickets went to Nationwide Children's to help cancer research and help the fight. Judson LaPlante, a motivational speaker who is famous for his whopping 300 million viewed YouTube video, Evolution of Dance, was hosting the event and even performed his special dance in between games. The students were a lot younger and had less aches and pains than some of the teachers, but it were the teachers who came out on top 32 to 29. Mr. Brannick was one of the key players.
I was really worried about rolling an ankle or pulling a hammy, but as soon as we went out there, the adrenaline started pumping, and then I don't remember what happened. When I got off the court, someone told me I airballed my first shot, but I made my second. So I was very pleased about that.
Even though the students lost to the teachers, it was still a very fun day, and the students were able to raise $3,000 for Gahannathon and cancer research. For now, this has been Jared White reporting for WGLH TV.
Performance Studio has been hard at work preparing for their dinner theater performance. This is one of the largest fundraisers for the theater boosters. This year, students are raising money for the Scotland field trip this summer. Cole Frazier has the scoop.
Life isn't defined by the path you take, it's defined by the choices you make.
Are we there yet?
If your father was alive, this would kill him.
Gahanna Lincoln High School is putting on Are We There Yet for their dinner theater performance this year. The only actors in the show will be Performance Studio of 2018. The show is about many different types of families going through their everyday lives and how they manage. The students have to learn the music and the dances for the show. The students that are musically inclined teach the other students the music, and the dancers choreograph the dance numbers. I sat down and talked to Jay Swin to see what he does in the show and how he thinks the show will go.
Yeah, so this year in dinner theater we're doing a show called Are We There Yet? And it's done in vignettes, so I'm in a couple of different scenes and I'm working with a lot of different people, which is a cool opportunity. Miss Mace has done a really good job with it, and it's really cool to be able to kind of pick apart the show with my peers and kind of experience the show in a different way than you would any other way. But yeah, I'm enjoying it this year and I'm excited for the show. I'm sure it's going to be great.
Then I sat down with Rachel Toohey to see what she does in the show.
My scene is basically about two moms who are at a baseball game, and one
has a son who's really good at baseball, and the other one is like terrible, and no one on the team knows who the kid is. And at the end, the kid who knows nothing about baseball gets a home run, and the moms freak out and like celebrate and have fun. I think it'll go really well once everyone gets their lines memorized and choreography down. They have to have both in order to get everything to work. And vocals are really strong in this group, so I think it'll go really well.
So if you need something exciting to do February 8th, 9th, and 10th, come down to Gahanna Lincoln High School and see the performance of Are We There Yet by the Performance Studio class of 2018. This has been Cole Frazier reporting live for WGLH TV.
A group that has been putting on a very unique show for 5 years now is Diaspora. This gives students a chance to celebrate their cultural differences and to showcase the uniqueness of every student.
It is a talent show with so many different types of acts. From singing, dancing to instrumentalists, Ben Steeman has some highlights.
On January 27th, here at the GLHS Auditorium, the 2018 Diaspora took place. Let's have a look.
Just as long as you stand by me.
This year's Diaspora performance gave the students of GLHS a chance to express themselves and their cultures, as well as send an important message of diversity and inclusion. There were many different acts present at this year's Diaspora, including speeches, dances, musical performance, and much more. One student even used the time during the intermission to create an original painting. Each of these acts worked to showcase different cultures and perspectives. I got to talk to one of the performers and ask him what inspired him to participate in this year's show.
I was inspired basically because I wanted to speak out against some of the injustices that the black community has been receiving overall since we've been in this nation.
Adrian also explained to me his process for creating the speech he gave at the performance.
I just thought about mainly just like the major points that black people have been attacked, basically just like cops, social justices, jobs, and just being treated as equal people sometimes.
Here are a few of the other highlights from Diaspora 2018.
Still trying to see my pops, and I'm still trying to get on top, but lately do in West Philadelphia.
The 2018 Diaspora Show was truly a great expression of the thriving culture and diversity here at GLHS. This has been Ben Steeman for WGLH TV.
The vocal music students have been practicing very hard to get ready for district and hopefully state competition. They will have to perform in front of a panel of judges and are given a numerical rating. I talked to some students on how they feel about their preparation. As soon as the students came back from winter break, the Gahanna Lincoln Choir started to prepare for district and state competition. Each choir will have to learn 3 songs for districts and a 4th one if they make it to states. This means that they will be putting in a lot of hard work over the next few months.
We break our songs down, our different songs that we're singing, into different beats and different rhythms, just so we know how the song is going to go. From then, we usually like sight read the song, sing the song one time through, even without knowing the song on mastery level. And then from there, we just really like try to put the song together, use the different dynamics and whatnot to just bring the song together and put it in as a whole.
Each choir performs separately with their own music as they try to get the best score from a panel of 3 judges. They also have a sight reading portion in front of one judge, where they are given a short song that they have to sight read twice, once with the aid of a piano and once without it. For a cappella and women's ensemble, their previous experiences with competition will help them be confident while they perform. However, freshmen may be more nervous, as choir competition is something most of them have never experienced.
I mean, I'm excited for it. I think it's going to be an interesting opportunity. As far as the actual competition, I don't really know what it's like, but it seems like a very big thing. It's important, and I think our preparation for it's been going well. We have our good days and bad days, but overall I'm pretty excited, and I think we're going to do really well.
For students in a cappella and women's ensemble, it is simply another year to dominate the competition.
It's not as nerve-wracking as it used to be, for sure. It's usually easier since we're such a big group. It's not super individualized. We always perform really well, usually get standing ovations, so I'm pretty excited.
Come out and support the choirs as they perform at their district and state competitions. This has been Mitchell Webb reporting for WGLH TV.
Here in Advanced TV, our staff is hard at work not only at producing our 30-minute weekly show, but also presenting the daily announcements, PSAs, as well as numerous community service projects. I'll give you a closer look at what life behind the camera is like here at WGLH TV.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Gahanna Lincoln High School offers many fun extracurricular classes for students to join. One of the most popular electives is Advanced TV. To be able to join Advanced TV, students must take Intro to TV, which is only a semester-long class. Both classes, taught by Tom Gregory, require an application to be accepted. In Advanced TV, students are always kept busy. Students are responsible for the morning announcements, lead-ins every Tuesday, and finishing stories on Wednesdays. I spoke to a member of the class to find out what exactly lead-ins are.
Every Tuesday we film lead-ins, which are the little parts that go in between the stories on the show. So some people are anchoring and some people are running equipment. My favorite thing about TV is getting to have a class where I get to be creative and I get to work on my speaking skills.
Being in Advanced TV has many opportunities. I spoke to Ben Steeman about some of the things he has had the opportunity to do thanks to TV.
Advanced TV has been a really great class for me because it has opened up a lot of opportunities. I've been able to get an internship from this class, and then I've also I got to go on a special trip to Washington, D.C. last year. I was the only kid in the state of Ohio who got to go, and it was a really great opportunity, and I'm really thankful for everything I've gotten in this class.
Maddie Meyer told me some of her favorite things about the class.
One of my favorite things about TV is definitely Mr. Gregory. He makes TV class so fun and has taught me so much.
This has been Stephanie Sloan reporting for WGLH TV.
A group that was started about 20 years ago at the high school that is being brought back just this year is Student Ambassadors. These students work hard in any way that a teacher may need them for help.
They give new students tours of the buildings, and they also help tutor students in various subjects. Samantha Laws gives us a peek at what they're working on right now.
A program that has found its way back to GLHS after 20 years is Student Ambassadors. Student Ambassadors is a student-led organization made up of sophomores through seniors. Throughout the day, ambassadors are placed around the school to help teachers and students with whatever work that needs to be done.
I greet visitors and parents want to sign their kids out or bring their kids in late. And then I walk them to a destination.
One of their many jobs is to help ELL students with their schoolwork and become more fluent with their English. Being an ambassador not only gets you involved here at the high school, but it also helps create new relationships.
I like the thought of being able to help people whenever needed. I wanted to be a student ambassador because I thought it was different and I wanted to do something that was different and something that I enjoyed too.
Right now, current ambassadors are working on an application to come out this February so students can apply for the next upcoming year. They are looking for students that are bright, helpful, and committed. Student Ambassadors is a great way to get involved and help around the school. So keep an eye out for the applications when they come out in February. For now, this has been Samantha Laws reporting for WGLH TV.
The Main Cup, a coffee shop run by the ESS students, are not only selling coffee every day in the lobby, but are now making special deliveries. Maddie Meyer takes a closer look at some of the changes and how this business is helping students with their independence.
Test scores for new beginnings or
The Main Cup is the school's coffee shop where students can go to get their morning coffee. Recently, they have started delivering to staff. I talked to a special ed teacher about how this delivery changed the Main Cup.
Doing the delivery carts has really helped to help us add more students to be a part of it, because some students don't like to be around loud noises and busy places, and so we're able to work on preparing carts, making coffee, walking through the hallways, standing one-on-one with a teacher, so we've been able to add to who can be a part of this experience. We, as a group, we set up carts to making sure we have everything on it, So we have a checklist, and then sometimes we need to prepare some coffees or hot chocolates before we leave. So we do that in the classroom as well. And then we take off, and we have a list. We have one group that does H, and then one group that does J and L.
I also talked to a student who works in the main cup.
Do you make the coffees and stuff?
Yeah, I sure do.
Do you enjoy doing that?
Yep.
Do you like working that in the main cup?
Ice.
Although the main cup only delivers to staff, us students can stop into the lobby every morning and grab our coffees. This has been Maddie Meyer reporting for WGLH TV.
Jazz Band and Chorale has a combined concert. This is their first concert together. Amelia Wins has some highlights.
This year, for the first time ever, Jazz Band 1 and Chorale partnered with each other to create a jazz show like none other. Preparing songs on their own and collaborating, they were able to bring a unique jazz experience. I spoke to Nate Asamoah, who is a member of both Chorale and Jazz Band 1.
Okay, so the Jazz 1 and Chorale concert was an awesome event. I got to see both sides of one of my groups, the Jazz Band, and I got to see the Chorale come together and join forces. And they're both super good, musically capable groups, and it's just cool to see them do their things and try out a different style of music. We have rehearsals, 2 rehearsals together, and we each worked on songs together, 5 songs for Chorale, 5 songs for Jazz, and then 5 together. And it was really fun event to see my friends try something that they probably was a little out of their comfort zone, but overall I think they enjoyed it a lot.
The show was orchestrated by Jazz Band 1's director Kelly Shellhammer and Chorale's director Jeremy Lehman to put together a fantastic show.
It was a cool experience that I don't think many people really know anything about jazz band and chorale necessarily. And so performing with them kind of like gave us a new perspective on the other types of music that happen in the school, and it keeps us out of our little bubble instead of just singing choir, singing other types of music and branching out.
Make sure to come and see Jazz Band and Chorale in their upcoming performances that you won't want to miss. This has been Amelia Wens reporting for WGLH TV.
Along with projects, work, assignments, and grades comes stress. More and more teenagers are feeling the effects of stress on their mind and body. Derek Johnson talks to some students and staff members about ways to cope with the pressure at home and school.
A group of athletes here at the high school that have been practicing extremely hard for their upcoming AP Stats.
Not AP Calc BC. I should have taken regular.
I hate AP Chinese.
One of the problems everyone goes through is handling the pressures of stress. Some of the common stressors people go through is their job, schoolwork, family problems, or relationship. Knowing how to deal with stress is the key to a healthy lifestyle and overall happiness. Many students are in AP classes, which cause them a great deal of stress. The Passroom is a great resource at the high school for students to ease their academic stress. Students come to the Passroom to get all the academic help they need to succeed in their classes. The library is another great place for students to relieve stress. Students enjoy reading a book, playing games with friends, or simply hopping on a computer to get away from the school lifestyle for a little while. With everything going on in a high school student's life, they also have to worry about college and making sure that they have all the credits that they need to graduate. This process can be very stressful, as students have to make sure that they have all the requirements they need. Also, choosing which college students want to go to can be quite overwhelming. I talked with some students on how they handle stress.
Some of the ways I handle stress is horseback riding and reading.
One of the ways that I handle stress when my schoolwork sort of gets out of hand is I like to sit down and make a list of everything I have to do and when I need to get it done, and that sort of calms me down and tells me what I need to work on. And
College is a huge deal, and some stress is unavoidable. However, for many students, playing a sport relieves stress. It helps them get away from life pressures and also make great friends. Out of everything, the best way to relieve stress is by getting some fresh air by taking a walk in the park. So if you're feeling just a little bit stressed, know that there's always a solution. But for now, this has been Derek Johnson reporting for WGLH TV.
A student who deals with a lot of stress every day is Sam Moore. Jackson Garrick introduces us to Sam, who is this week's Student Spotlight.
Sam Moore is a very involved junior here at Gahanna Lincoln High School. Sam is involved in many advanced classes as well as extracurricular classes and activities. I talked to the AP Psychology teacher about having Sam as a student.
A couple of things I really like about Sam as a student and a person is he always comes in every single day with a smile on his face. He's one of the people that he makes the class a little bit more enjoyable, I think, for everyone, just by being in there and his good nature, and it rubs off on people. He's really organized, or at least he appears to be. A lot of times in the fall he had to miss because of golf, because they do their tournaments during the day. He would always, inquire ahead of time about what we were going to do in class. He would take care of it outside of class, and he'd come in, caught up right where everyone else was.
Sam is also involved in the high school's award-winning engineering program. Although Sam's passion for engineering goes far beyond the classroom. Sam is also involved in concert and marching band here at the high school. I got the chance to talk to Sam's marching band squad leader about his musical ability.
Sam Moore, he's a great student. He was involved in my marching band squad, and he was a great squadling. He followed directions well. He knew where he was supposed to go. He always knew his music. He was always on time and very engaged in the whole process.
Sam is also a member of the boys' varsity golf team. It is apparent that Sam works very hard at everything that he is passionate for. Sam Moore has made such a big impact here at Gahanna Lincoln High School. This has been Jackson Garrick reporting for WGLH TV.
A group of students that face stress every day they step on the court or the field are our athletes.
Speaking of athletes, do you have a sports report for us, Ben?
I sure do. First, many students may not have the time or skill for high school basketball, and so an alternative is Nazarene basketball. Sal Ferrante asks some students why they choose to participate.
Basketball is a sport that many kids play sometime in their childhood. However, as they get older, not all of these kids want or are able to be part of the high school. For kids like these, I have one word that can solve all their problems. Naz, Kit, Ball. Nasketball, which is the nickname for this recreational league that takes place at Shepherd Church of the Nazarene, is a 3-month-long season open to all ages that provides a great outlet for kids to have fun and play some basketball. Nasketball provides a great, fun-loving environment for people who love the game of basketball but don't necessarily want the pressures of being on a school team. The players meet once a week with their teams for practice, and on Saturdays the games take place between 4 and 8 p.m. I spoke to a player in the league about his experience with Nasketball and why he likes to play so much.
Yeah, so I've been playing Shep Naz basketball since elementary school. I took a break for the past couple of years, but I'm back in it now for senior year. The reason I like it is because a lot of my friends are in it. It's really chill. It's not that serious. You can make mistakes. You can airball without getting made fun of, and you can have fun and mess around and still play a competitive game of basketball. And I definitely recommend it to anyone who wants to stay in shape or likes basketball, which is not that good and still wants to have fun with it.
So if you missed your shot with the school team and are still looking for a fun environment to play some basketball, Make sure you get your rebound and put it back up with Shep Naz. This has been Sal Ferrante reporting from WGLH TV.
The wrestling team has set some very high goals for this year, and Zach Paquette asked them how they are doing.
The Gahanna Lincoln High School wrestling team is a very young team full of huge potential. Where this team may lack experience, they make up with hard work. Varsity coach Steve Sommer has big aspirations for the wrestling program as he hopes to grow the sport in the Gahanna community.
So we have a pretty young team. I think we've got 6 seniors for the start. We have a number of juniors, but we're pretty inexperienced overall from a wrestling standpoint. So right now we just focusing on a lot of fundamentals, a lot of basics, trying to reiterate the things that we should know as just a foundation to improve as wrestlers. Ultimately, you know, what we want to do is try to impact these young people through the sport. I may be biased, but I don't think there's another opportunity for young people at the high school age to struggle. I don't think there's anything that challenges people this age more physically, socially, psychologically, emotionally than the sport of wrestling. And I think that's something that develops character. I think it's something that grows young people into young men. And what we ultimately want to do is grow this program with the numbers that we have in our community. We want to grow wrestling in our high school, in our middle schools. We want to impact as many of these young people through the sport that we can. And like I said, right now we're starting with our young group and just trying to build on a foundation with basic wrestling principles. And hopefully at the end of the day, the kids will be able to look back, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years down the road and be able to take something away from their experience. And I think that's the overall agenda with us here.
One of the main points Coach Sommer makes is that he hopes to leave a lifelong impact with his players. Anthony Lawson, a 4-year wrestler, is one of them.
I think these 4 years of wrestling have really taught me to continue to persevere even through adversity and just to continue to keep grinding on even though it gets hard. I think it's taught me to have a really tight bond with all my fellow wrestlers and just continue to make them better as much as it makes me better. I think that's what those 4 years have taught me.
The boys wrestling team wants to continue to grow its support, so make sure you come out and support them at their future events. For now, this has been Zach Paquette reporting for WGLH TV.
And in other sports, the boys basketball team lost to Pickerington North on Friday, the wrestling team beat Reynoldsburg, and the swim team won the OCC title. And that's a wrap for sports this week here at Gahanna.
Thanks, Ben. We would also like to thank you for joining us this week. Tune in next week when Zach introduces us to the newest members of the Athletic Hall of Fame. Until then, this has been Mitchell Webb,
Stephanie Sloan,
and Ben Steeman saying sports do not build character, they reveal it.
Have a great week.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
I am amazing.
I am creative.
I am lucky.
I'm funny.
I am loving.
I am cheerful.
I am friendly. I am fun. am so much more.
So much more.
So much more.
So much more than the outward.